Barbados, east of the other West Indies islands in the Atlantic Ocean, is where Barbados is located. The Lesser Antilles' easternmost island is Barbados. It has a length of 34 kilometers, 21 miles, a width of up to 23 kilometers, and a surface area of 432 square kilometers, 167 square miles. It is located roughly 168 kilometers, 104 miles, east of St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 180 kilometers, 110 kilometers, south of Martinique, and 400 kilometers, 250 kilometers, northeast of Trinidad and Tobago. Compared to the island neighbors to the west, the Windward Islands, it is flat. The island gently rises to the central highland region known as Scotland District, with Mount Hillaby, at 340 meters, 1,120 feet above sea level, being its highest point. 1/3 of the population of Barbados resides in Bridgetown, the island's capital and largest city, which is located in the parish of St. Michael. Along the island's length, there are a number of other significant settlements, including Speightstown in the parish of St. Peter, Oistins in the parish of Christ Church, and Holetown in the parish of St. James. Puerto Rico. Prior to the Columbus invasion, Puerto Rico was taken by the Taino tribe on the first day of the 7th month. This parapet sound is in alignment with the Arawaks in Southeast America. When Christopher Columbus left the area in 1493, it was estimated that there were over 50 billion Taino people in the world. As a kind of homage to St. John the Baptist, Columbus later gave the island the name Pulau San Juan Bautista. Spain first established a presence in Capara on August 8, 1508. Within a few years, they conquered the entirety of the island. The development of the city was also followed by the bustling of traders and colored by the arrival of African slaves. Up to the 17th hour of the day, Spanish successfully protected Puerto Rico from the British, English, and French uprisings. The Puerto Rican independence movement had begun in 1868, but it was put on hold when the Spanish government established Puerto Rico as an overseas colony with a governor in charge. Antigua and Barbuda. In 2400 BC, the pre-ceramic Indians became the first inhabitants of Antigua and Barbuda. The island was then populated by the Arawak and Carib Indians. The Indians gave the island of Antigua its first name, Wadadli. In 1493, during his second journey, Christopher Columbus made landfall and gave the island the name Antigua. The English established a colony on Antigua in 1667 by bringing Irish Catholic slaves, who had previously been settled by the French and Spaniards. In Antigua, slavery was practiced to manage the sugar plantations until it was outlawed in 1834. On November 1, 1981, the nation gained independence under the Commonwealth of Nations, and Veer Bird was appointed as its first prime minister. Turks and Caicos Islands. They are well known as an offshore financial hub and for tourism. As of July 2021, there were 57,196 people living there, making it the third largest British overseas territory in terms of population. The islands are north of Hispaniola, Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and southeast of Mayaguana in the Bahamas island chain. Since 1766, Grand Turk, Cockburn Town, has been the nation's capital. It is situated on Grand Turk Island, some 1,042 kilometers, 647 miles, east-southeast of Miami, Florida. They cover 430 square kilometers, 170 square miles, of land in total. Indigenous peoples lived on the islands for many years. In 1512, their first known appearance in Europe was noted. The British Empire eventually took possession of them after they were claimed by various other European powers in the centuries that followed. They were subjugated for a long time by Jamaica, the Bahamas, and Bermuda. The islands were given their own governor when the Bahamas attained independence in 1973, and they have been an independent territory ever since. The Bahamas. The Taino natives of Grand Bahama used the Lucayan term Bahama, which means large upper middle island, to refer to the island. A common claim made by tour guides is that the term derives from the Spanish word for shallow sea, baja mar. This, according to York University's Wolfgang Ahrens, is a folk etymology. As an alternative, it might come from Guanahani, a local word with no definite definition. Bahama was first used to refer to Grand Bahama alone on the Turin map from around 1523, but by 1670 it was being used to refer to the entire group of islands. According to toponymist Isaac Taylor, the name was derived from Bimini, which Spanish settlers in Haiti associated with Palome, a fabled location where John Mandeville's travels claimed there was a fountain of youth. Dominican Republic. Santo Domingo de Guzman, Saint Dominic, the patron saint of astronomers and the founder of the Dominican order, is where the term Dominican comes from. The first university in the New World, the Universidad Autónoma de Santo Domingo, was founded by the Dominican order as a house of high studies in the colony of Santo Domingo. They committed themselves to the protection of the native Tano people who were held in slavery as well as the education of the island's residents. The colony's name, Santo Domingo, which is also the name of its current capital and patron saint, Saint Dominic, was used for the majority of its history, up to independence, and it remained widely used in English until the early 20th century. The rebels nicknamed their newly independent nation the Dominican Republic, La República Dominicana, since the citizens were known as Dominicans, Dominicanos, the adjectival version of Domingo. St. Lucia, an island country called St. Lucia, can be found in the eastern Caribbean Sea, close to the Atlantic Ocean. St. Lucia, which is a member of the Lesser Antilles, is situated south of Martinique and north of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Bananas were formerly the only food item, making them the principal product. Other fruits are now produced there as well. In 1979, St. Lucia broke away from the British Empire. This small nation was first established by the Spaniards in 1503, then passed to France for a considerable amount of time, and finally came under British control in 1803. Martinique. Martinique, the French Republic's sole territorial collectivity, is an island called Madinina or Madiana, Martinican Creole, Matinic or Matnik, Kalinago, Madinina or Madiana. Although it is a special European Economic Area member territory and a member of the European Union, it is neither a member of the Schengen area or the Customs Union of the European Union. Martinique is situated in the Lesser West Indies Antilles in the eastern Caribbean Sea and is a part of the French West Indies, Antilles. As of January 2019, it had 364,508 residents and a land area of 1,128 kilometers, 436 square miles. One of the Windward Islands, south of Dominica and just north of St. Lucia, Barbados, and the Northwest. The euro is the official currency of Martinique, an outlying region and special territory of the European Union. French, the only official language, and Martinique Creole are both widely spoken. Aruba. The Lesser Antilles island of Aruba is 33 kilometers long and situated in the southern Caribbean Sea, 27 kilometers north of Venezuela's shore. Aruba is one of 3 islands that make up the ABC Islands of the Leeward Antilles, the southern series of islands of the Lesser Antilles, together with Bonaire and Curaçao. Along with the Netherlands, Curaçao, and Sint Maarten, Aruba is one of the 4 nations that make up the Kingdom of the Netherlands and has no administrative divisions. Dutch passport holders from Aruba. Aruba, in contrast to other Caribbean islands, has a dry climate and a cactus-covered environment. Visitors can enjoy warm weather with sweltering sun in this climate, which is a popular tourist destination. There are 103,000 people living in Aruba, which is a 193 square kilometer, 75 square mile island. Anguilla in the Caribbean, there is a British overseas territory called Anguilla. East of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands and just north of Santo Martin, Anguilla is one of the Lesser Antilles' northernmost leeward islands. The main island of Anguilla, which is about 16 miles, 26 kilometers, long and 3 miles, 5 kilometers, wide at its widest point, and other considerably smaller islands and atolls with no permanent populations make up its area. The valley serves as the region's capital. The region's entire land area is 35 square miles, 91 square kilometers, and as of 2018, there were 14,731 people living there. Malyuhana is the name given to this island in its native Arawak dialect. The name of the island is a reference to its shape. The language is Anguilla, which comes from the diminutive form of the Latin word anguis, which means snake and means eel in Italian.